Hello, everyone. You are welcome to today's live session. So, guys, let's quickly get into what we have for today. You can already see the image there on my screen. U.S. Congress set to declare Miyetti Allah a terrorist organization, impose sanction on Nigeria. So we know that this was going to come because we've really tolerated this for a very long time. Recently, we've seen the attacks of these headers, they've gone on a rampage across Nigeria. It's not as if, any part of Nigeria is even spared. In the southeast, in the south, everywhere they are there with their cows and nobody dares to talk to them. We have security agents in Nigeria, nobody caution. You need to see where cows are being paraded across the roads, and nobody talks in terms of curtailing and telling these people where their boundaries are. They don't have boundaries. Yesterday, you saw the videos I shared with you guys where these Fulani headers were pulling out people's cassava plants, from the soil, giving their animals the tubers to eat. You saw them using cutlass to cut down the cassava sticks, those that were already growing. They were busy cutting them down. And if the owners of those farms come, guess what? They will want to attack them. They don't want you to prevent them from grazing on their car, on your farm, and still they will still want to buy you. So under Donald Trump has made it clear that he's not going to tolerate the killing of Christians. I don't want to be using this language because YouTube does not permit it. So allow me to use spy each time you hear me say that, please. So Donald Trump has always told Nigerians that he's not going to tolerate, the killing of Christians. It's all over the world, not just on Nigeria alone. And this time around, the attacks, since Donald Trump was inaugurated, they've been this serial, buying of Christians by these headers. In the southeast, we saw the one that happened recently, like in Enugu and Ebonyi State, where these people just entered community without any provocation. They started buying people. Even we saw some members of choosing, some churches where they just entered these churches. People were having normal fellowship. They ended their lives. You could even see choosing members wearing their apron. Their bodies were just, all over the places. So we are happy to get this news that Donald Trump, the United States, is pushing for this, to declare these people a terror group, since Buhari couldn't do it. But they quickly declared IPOB a terrorist organization. And then under Tinubu again, Tinubu has reaffirmed it. Under Tinubu, they've reaffirmed it that IPOB is a terror group. But for Miyetti Allah, they keep pampering them upon all the devastation they are causing Nigeria. We have seen shortage of food, we have seen all kinds of things as a result of these people's menace in Nigeria. But nobody tend to talk to them. Nobody tend to curtail their excesses. Now we have a foreign power coming to say that the United States is going to be declaring them as a terror group, which is a welcome development for Nigerians, because this is what we've long waited for. Some of these are government to do, but they will not want to do it because most times it's just because of their political interests, like somebody like Tinubu does not want to say something that will affect him in 2027. He doesn't want to take action so that people don't come and start saying, yes, because of that thing you said, we are not going to vote for it. Tinubu is not ready to he's not really ready to forgo his political ambition because he wants to please Nigerians. And that's why he's not talking about the menace of the Fulanis. We have Ribadu, who is the NSA. He's not talking. Now we also have Mr. Christopher Musa, who is the chief of defense staff. He is not talking. But, everybody's focus is on the Southeast because, like I told you guys, when he had an interview, he said the Southeast is prone to attacks. That's why they have many checkpoints across the Southeast. But for them, the North is not prone to attacks. The Southeast is prone to attacks. That's why they have many checkpoints. And you see, there is no fairness in this country. Let's be sincere. There is no fairness in this country. We've seen the Fulani headers, the armed Fulani headers who go about buying people. And they will buy people, you will ask, they will come out, take responsibility, tell you because their cows were rustled, because their cows were bought, because they will give one excuse or the other, and that will end it. We've never heard that a Fulani man is being, prosecuted for buying people or being jailed, But recently we saw that a farmer from Bauchi State who, stood his ground because a Fulani header wanted to buy him. He stood his ground, was able to overpower the Fulani header and then use his knife on that Fulani header. But guess what? The Nigerian judiciary today has handed that guy who tried to defend himself against a Fulani man. They've handed him a death sentence. But the Fulanis who have been going about buying people, not even one person, have you ever heard that death sentence was handed over to? Now, there was a time in Zamfara, a police, I think that was like their police commissioner. He said they arrested bandits, these Fulanis, they arrested them, handed them over to police in Abuja, only for them to get information that they've been released. How were they released? They can't say. So you find out that some people in this country are really seen as sacred cows, while others are seen to be just mere citizens. And I don't know why the Fulanis who are just like a few members, it's not as if every Fulani is a bad person. No, we have these ones that majority of them may not even be from Nigeria. They come from outside. But the way they terrorize this country and go free, when you go to many communities, you see that they now live in IDP camps. The Fulanis have taken over, those of them that came from other countries. They've taken over their communities. And the Tinubu's government is not doing anything about the IDP people. Nobody's talking about them again. They've been forgotten. Anyway, guys, there are other things to discuss tonight. But I just wanted to highlight this point just for you to know that I love it that the United States is really weighing in on this matter, because the Nigerian government cannot do anything. They are afraid of their political career. When Buhari was there, Buhari is also a Fulani man, so he was giving them that leverage. Now, Tinubu has come. I don't know why Tinubu, a southern president, does not even know how to protect his people. We saw what happened in Ondo State recently. These headers, they are everywhere. This one is not just they are in the southeast or they are in the southwest or they are everywhere. So they don't even have any fear as to who is going to caution them on what they are doing. So it's good that Donald Trump is taking this action. At least if they are designated as a terror group, that will also help in managing them properly, because as it stands, the Nigerian government cannot help. So guys, I equally want to talk about this headline that DSS detained this southeasterner. His name is Chukwu Obasi since 2021 without access to family lawyers for condemning herdsmen attacks. So this is what we are saying, Nigeria is just one funny place. I don't know why there's this natural hatred for the Igbos. It's still unbelievable the way the Igbos are being treated in this country. This man criticized the way the headers are causing all their menace, and he was picked up. Since 2021, can you imagine how many years now? His family does not even know where he is. His loved one, they can't trace him. You can see that without access to his family, even lawyers for condemning headers attacks. So the question remains, if he's even alive, nobody knows. Nobody knows. So you can imagine since 2021, that was Buhari's second term. He has been dirty. Buhari finished and left. Now Tinubu came in. And nobody is asking questions. Nigerians, honestly, it's really, there are headlines you will see, you will just be wondering what is happening in this country. So this man now left his family. You can see this is dated today, 15th of March, or that was yesterday, 2025. So it's really so sad seeing this kind of thing happening in Nigeria, a country we all are said to be one, but the particular people are being humiliated while others are being celebrated. It doesn't work that way. I'm just hoping that one day a government will come on ground that will carry everybody along, because it's so sad to see that somebody, okay, recently these headers, they attacked in, was it Ebonyi State? Yes, Ebonyi State. And an Igbo Ohaneze youth leader criticized the governor for not handling this matter well. What did they do? They sent police to go pick him up. Till now, he's in jail. I'm not sure they've released him. So you can see, if they will come and attack you, if you criticize, they will still come and arrest you. So it's not really being, they are not really being fair to the Igbos. Let the truth be told. Now, yesterday, I shared a video with you all. about a woman who came out crying because NAFDAC went on, they raided the market in the southeast, and they were looking for all these counterfeit medicine and all that. But at the end of the day, people have come out saying during that raid, our items have gone missing. The question remains, does it mean NAFDAC went for this raid, taking along the good and the bad people? Nobody knows. So this woman was really crying profusely that all her hard-earned money gone. You saw her shop. If you were here with me on the live show, she showcased her shop, how empty it became because of those that came in to loot. So now this lawyer, who is a lawyer to the IPOB, is demanding for a probe, which is very, very needful. Honestly, you need to see where this woman was crying, because she came out to the social media to lament. What about people who have been crying at home? Nobody is there to come to their rescue. I think these are some of the things that we really have to address in this country. The NAFDAC cannot do that in the north. They can't do that in other places. But when it comes to the southeast, and we don't have leaders. In terms of the governors, they can't speak. In terms of Ohanese, they can't speak. Nobody is speaking for the people. And that is why they just keep humiliating them. So, but I hope that NAFDAC, I believe their chief, the woman who is the head of NAFDAC, she will look into this matter and know who were those that raided the market at night that led to people losing thousands of, thousand naira worth of goods to looters. So I just hope that this thing is going to be addressed. Now, we were talking about this headline today on the social media. If you've been on Twitter, you know that this lady has been threatened because she came out yesterday to call out Tinubu. She said, Tinubu, you are a terrible president. Under you, we are hungry, we are suffering, we can't even afford to buy anything. You go to the market, the prices of things have tripled. And when she made that video, she posted it. NYSC contacted her and was shouting at her. One of the staff was shouting at her, asking her to bring down the video, which she refused to bring down. And she kept making more videos, updating Nigerians on how she was getting threatened. She was getting threatened by this staff. So finally, she made a video telling Nigerians to come out, to speak out, what they are going through. And that is what has been trending on the social media. They call it a 30-day rant challenge. So you have to come out to share your ordeal, all that you have been going through. Maybe you have gone to the market, you couldn't afford to buy rice, you couldn't afford to buy fish, you can't take care of your children anymore, you can't feed them. All those stuff that Nigerians are going through today. No lights, no telecom today. If you buy 1,000 naira, or 10, even 2,000 naira data, before you open your phone and close it, everything is good. All those stuff that Nigerians have been going through. So this is now what is trending on the social media. Nigerians have come out to lament, sharing their ordeal of what they are going through under the Tinubu's government. I'm going to be sharing some of those videos with you, just for you to see what Nigerians are going through. Honestly, the life is not easy for Nigerians. If you are not in Nigeria and you are abroad, I want to tell you that your people back home are really suffering. This government has got nothing to offer to the people.
Bola Tinubu, here's my...
So let me allow you just take a look at
Anyway,
this.
President Bola Tinubu, here's my feedback to you. You're a failure. You're a terrible leader. You rode on tribalism. You rode on bigotry. You snatched the election. You stole it. And then you had power. And you've not done anything with it. You failed Nigerians. People are hungry. You made people poorer. You only empowered yourself, your family, and your friends. You won't live forever anyway. You claim you fought for democracy, but you've done worse than people you fought against. You're worse than Babangida. You're worse than Abacha. You're worse than every other military head of state that came. You brought back Buhari. You're worse than Buhari. You made Nigerians to see pain and shege. You're a terrible leader. Take it. Take it.
A young lady who spoke out about the government and everything she's going through as an NYSC corporate in Nigeria, right? Since then, there have been a lot of different mixed reactions on how she basically said her message. And you have both the Nigerians that are supporting it and the Nigerians that are, of course, going against her for calling out the president and Lagos State. As somebody who has done NYSC, as somebody who has lived in Nigeria for so many years and Lagos State, She told no lies. Now, the thing that people are going to get offended from is the delivery of her message. Instead of focusing on the delivery, let's focus on the message at hand. She's a young woman who is trying to make a way for herself in Lagos while working a 9-to-5 job. But for any of you that have done NYSC in this country, you know that the NYSC salary is a scam because you cannot survive off the barely minimum wage they are giving you. NYSC salary was about 50,000 when I was doing NYSC. Now they say they probably raised it to about 77,000, right? So some people, they might say, oh, that's money. But if you convert that money now, that is barely $100, if that, per month.
Now, let me correct this. Actually, the Tinubu's government promised to pay NYSC core members 77K, but up to today, they've not started paying that money. So that you don't think they are actually receiving, they are still receiving 33,000 naira for their monthly due, not 77. The promise was made, but never fulfilled. So let's continue.
Month that somebody's making working 9-to-5. You put it in naira cents, somebody's using that same 77K, they're going to use half of that salary on transport alone. Then on top of that, they still have to fend for themselves. Some people who have left their state and are doing NYSC in Lagos State have to still pay rent. So that means on top of your job and maybe the NYSC salary they're giving you, how do you expect a young person to survive? Let's be all honest with each other. NYSC is a scam in terms of it is basically free labor for Nigerian companies to use young people. You cannot say it's a platform to help young people thrive, get better. Yes, some of us have made great connections from NYSC, and that is personal connections. Personal connections I gained from NYSC, yes, I'll remember for life. But the trauma that NYSC gave me and many young Nigerians, we can never forget. So she has every right to express herself. And instead of you Nigerian adults attacking her, or you Nigerians even saying, oh, how can you say such a thing? Stop lying to yourselves. Do you realize that the inflation in Nigeria right now is the worst it's ever been in 20-something years? Do you realize the unemployment rate, which is probably about 60-something%, is the highest it's been in years? Yes, Mr. President gained an economy that was already doing bad. But since he's been in government, what has happened? Nobody's saying the job is easy, but we also all have to start being honest with ourselves on what's happening in the country. Okay, she talked about Lagos State. Have you been outside in Lagos? This Lagos is not the same Lagos I grew up on. No. Any of you that are real Lagosians grew up in a nicer, better Lagos. Lagos now is a slum. And respectively to the government of Lagos State, yes, they are trying to implement some new things. We have seen the progress they have made. But at the same time, there are so many issues they have not addressed, and there are so many problems we are still facing. Instead of us attacking each other and blame, and I'm not talking about the young people, I'm talking about even the people in power. How about you people actually listen to your citizens, Not just think everybody's attacking you, but actually have a sit down. In fact, when is the last time the government actually sat down and listened to young people? The last time young people all came together to try and speak out, what happened was NSAS. And how did that go? We had most of the adults already accusing us, saying we're all lazy youths, we don't want to do anything. Then after that, some of us were shot. So at this point, the only thing we can do is actually express ourselves, because this country is not even made for young people to thrive. The way some of us are thriving is the grace of God.
So guys, that's his own take on all this. Anyway, let me show you this video. You
2027
you may have
campaign
seen
boss.
that
You can see
Tinubu's campaign bus is already on the streets. That is the bus going. So it's no longer news that Tinubu is coming out for 2027 and they've already started, advertising and campaigning. Shey Tinubu was in the north and all that. The campaign has started for 2027. One keeps asking, what has Tinubu achieved? That he has already started campaigning for re-election. What is he going to tell Nigerians that are the things that Nigerians should look out for? He told Nigeria, there's this video of his where he said, if I don't give you electricity, if I come for second term, don't vote for me. You may have seen that on Twitter. And there is no electricity in Nigeria. People are paying through their noses, but they don't even have commensurate light. Electricity tariff is up. Telecom is up. Fuel subsidy removed. Transportation is hiked. The prices of food items in the market, everything is doubling and tripling by the day. And Tinubu is already campaigning for second term. You know, Sheikh Tinubu was in the north. He has been in the north recently trying to start campaign for his father, but they don't ask about how Nigerians are surviving. So this lady came out to cry out that she went to buy things in the market only for her to discover that their prices have tripled, and she was now lamenting. And NYSC now started threatening her. That is actually what led to all these videos you are watching. A whole lot of them.
Terrible president. Tinubu, you're a terrible president. Yes, Tinubu is a very terrible president. Yes. And they wait my cause Tinubu first. I just born. It just born. Kai, that we need to fight for the future of this boy. Be careful. No, baby. Tinubu is a terrible president. Now, you say people should go to school. People have gone to school. They are out. They've done the compulsory NYSC, which is, by the way, very unnecessary. Money you're supposed to give to people to maybe learn a skill or start up something for themselves. It will not still be enough during the NYSC. During my service, before I left Kanu State, they sent me transport that I used to live. They sent me transport. After serving Nigeria for a whole year, I didn't even have transport to live. What helped me was because I had family members there. Once in a while, I'll go to their house to eat and everything. My elder brother finished service 2017. Up till now, I don't have a job. And you see,
so guys, he said his elder brother finished school since 2017. Okay, 2007, but he doesn't have a job. I really want to ask, do you think this NYSC really worth it? Do you think it's necessary, especially at a time when Nigeria has this insecurity problem? There's insecurity all over the places, and then people will have to travel from the south to the north and all that. Okay, during the last campaign, there were these core members who were traveling, I think from Calabar or Akwa Ibom, many of these two states. They were going to the north, I think Sokoto or so. They were kidnapped. These people stayed for months. I mean, months. They were finally released, but you need to see them when they were released. People going for youth service. They were, oh my God, you need to see them. They stayed in their captors' den for months. So sometimes the question remains, do we really need this youth service? Do we really need it? Can't the federal government really consider that it's very risky? And then in addition to that, the federal government is not giving them good money. You can imagine giving somebody 33,000 naira to live on for the whole month. So many of them will just be looking for alternative way to make money, even whether it's legit or not, so that they can survive, because possibly they are from poor homes. They don't expect their parents to be giving them money from home when they've gone for youth service. People will now be looking for alternative ways to live. Do you think that this youth service of a thing, what's your take? Should it be sustained, or it should just be scraped, as in it shouldn't exist anymore? Because for me, I don't think it worth it. Now this lady is lamenting and they are threatening her.
She should put down a video she made and all that. And this is because she complained about the bad leadership and the way the sufferings and penury that Nigerians are passing through. And this has been the trend for a very long time. And nobody's saying anything about it. Even those that wanted to say anything about it, you see that as selected individually, picked up individually and dealt with. Or the whole issue is totally overlooked and swept under the carpet. I graduated university in 2015 when Buhari became president. And honestly speaking, my 20s was wasted. Toiled and worked so hard to see that I was able to achieve my dreams and aspirations. But where are we today? Eventually, at the end of the day, I realized that the whole thing was just a mirage, and it was not going to be a reality if I remained in Nigeria. I had to run away from Nigeria. I left Nigeria in 2022, and this is 3 years down the line, and the same story is still being told. Things are getting worse. Truth be told, even as someone who is in diaspora, people at home still call me. I have people at home, I have friends, I have relatives, I have people that call me for help, and things haven't been easy for them. And these are people that are actually doing very well many years ago, and today they can barely feed We are not even talking about making savings anymore. We're talking about people being able to eat good food, to be able to eat 2 square meal. It's becoming a Herculean tax. And this is because we have a government that does not prioritize the well-being of the people. What they prioritize is the well-being of their pocket. And so far as they're in position of authority and I can afford whatever they want to afford for themselves, then every other person can go to hell. And the trend has not changed. And it's not going to change when we remain silent. Yes, I know that Nigerians, we've had a very ugly past. We'll have a series of experiences that whenever we want to stand up and speak against bad governance and sufferings of the people, our sufferings, we get to, get held back because of things that have happened in the past. But holding back will not change anything. That is a fact, and that is what it is. Instead, it emboldens our oppressors to keep on doing what they are doing, because they know that we're not going to do anything. We're not going to protest. We're not going to speak out, because once they hush us, we all crawl back into our shells. But for how long will this continue? Because people that are actually at the receiving end of it are actually the masses, we, the people. Many of us have ended up living a life we didn't even plan for. Our futures, our dreams are gone past us. The younger ones that are coming after us, their stories are not going to be different if we don't demand for accountability and good governance from people that have been occupying the position of authority and have refused to acknowledge that they are there to serve. Instead, they have seen themselves as lords and saviors. And this has been the trend for many years now. Tell me, when will this change? When will we start making progress as a nation? How will we talk about making economic progress whereby the citizens, the individuals, populace in the country cannot even comfortably afford to feed on 3 square meal on daily basis?
That is the question. When is the change going to come? So this person tweeted that Tinubu must go, occupy Nigeria. You can see he listed out some of the things happening under Tinubu's government: bad economic policy, corruption, hunger in the land, budget padding, bad foreign loans, suffering in the land, systemic looting, paddy, subsidy. Subsidy liar, naira devaluation, and all that. He listed out what the characteristics of this Tinubu's government. Oh, that is it's really, really so sad that Nigeria is at this point, still repeating some of the things we said during the time of Buhari. People were like, Buhari is going to be the worst of the worst. Some people said Buhari has taken us 100 years backward. Now, Tinubu is here. Yesterday, I told you guys, you can Google it. 7.2 million businesses in Nigeria have closed just from 2003 to 2004 when Tinubu came in. Just under 1 year of Tinubu's government, 7.2 million businesses shut down. You can Google it. These are small, medium businesses. These were the ones that were captured, though. We are not talking about the ones that are not in government register. These are the ones, possibly the ones that pay taxes to the government. These are the ones that their data captured. 7.2 million businesses shut down under Tinubu's government. Then you just think of those businesses that were not captured by the government. Those ones that they don't know about, that even people abroad will come in and set up businesses. There is no light, no electricity to sustain whatever you are doing. Then you've seen the telecom. You cannot make calls. You cannot go online to create content, to advertise your products. People are really suffering in Nigeria. Look at the youths we have. Unemployment everywhere. There is no data. MTN, if you buy it now, it's gone. People are suffering. Now there is no electricity. The tariff has gone up. People don't have light. When Nigeria has smart youths who are supposed to be online like Indians, rendering all kinds of services, but Nigerians cannot do it because you can't even afford data to call, not to talk of data to start making online content. So guys, a whole lot is happening under this government. The question remains, why is Tinubu still coming again for second term when he knows that he has not achieved anything in his first term? Why? Does it mean that Nigerians are this dumb that anything that APC provides to us as a candidate, we will just embrace it? Nobody will say, no, we can't vote for this kind of person. During Buhari's time, it was the same thing, the certificate, or whether he has WAEC or he doesn't have WAEC. Tinubu now came, whether he went to Chicago, he didn't go to Chicago. At the end of the day, they will just make the economy worse than it is today,
Government out. Don't you guys know that a lot of changes will actually be made in the environment or in the society or in our economy as well? Let me tell you guys something. There's nothing Nigerian government hates more than when external bodies start tapping into our economy. They hate it so much, and I don't know why. Is it because maybe external bodies actually give us funds or something? Maybe that's why they hate it. Now, I want you guys to think back to every time that Nigerians actually spoke up. Is there a time that we spoke up and a change was
about how bad our economy has gotten, and people are dragging the gear? So I don't enter markets now, make I know if things really dey cheap, and she dey talk say e dey expensive, wey make una dey drag am. Now a pint of rice right now around 8,500 naira. Something where they say 3,000 naira, 2,000 naira before. Now 8,500 naira they say. I don't even want to talk about Gary, how expensive Gary is right now. Or should I ask the person selling, okay, how much the pint of Gary now?
Yellow Gary or white?
Anyone, yellow how much?
Yellow Gary 3,000, white 2,500.
What how much did they sell them before?
Before, yes, 1,800.
Now, there's somebody saying that your economy is bad and you are now insulting the person. Why we should speak?
How much the bag of rice?
How much bag of rice?
Say 90.85.
1985.
That's a bag of rice. Okay. How much is a pint of tomato? A pint of tomato is around 7,000 naira. How much did they sell a pint of tomato before? Okay, how much is this small tuber of yam now where they see for yet? Tuber of yam now around 5,000 naira. How much did they sell them before? Somebody is speaking. Nobody wants to listen. Una dey insult her. Why will she speak? And you are threatening her. This is bad done. 1,000 naira cannot even buy you meat again. Everybody here can testify to that. 1,000 naira cannot buy you reasonable meat to cook stew or cook soup in your house. Now somebody is speaking about it. You guys are threatening her. In this country, nobody has right to speak again. No problem. No problem. He also got on labor now. I go like carton of indomie. I go let's carton of indomie now. Carton of indomie now. How much did they sell them? You know this around 20-something thousand naira. How much did they sell carton of indomie before? 11,000 naira. Bro, now carton of indomie don't they click 20,000?
500 naira.
11,500.
Yes.
Okun nafu. Kugwa jeshini. Kugwa jeshini. Jowaya. How much be this leaf now? How much is this, madam?
500.
500 naira for leaf. What did they say? 15 naira before. 500 naira. Now, fufu and egg don't they drag to her sides. We not gonna know between fufu and egg which one big pass. It dey happen every day. Nobody's saying anything about it. What kind of nonsense is that? What kind of nonsense is that?
Even fish now supposed manage instead of meat. Fish now.
Somebody's speaking exactly here because of what? Because she does not have audience or what? Check everything now. Check everything. Check this guy now. If I tell you the price of this guy, you know that people are suffering. Because you can afford it doesn't mean everybody can afford it. What is wrong with you people? You can afford it, I cannot afford it. I'm crying, I am wailing. This is expensive every day. What is this? Every time new president comes into power, things become more expensive than it was. And people are speaking out and you're threatening the person. Go to the market yourself and price this and not expenses this, and then you know if the guy is just blabbing. What kind of nonsense is that? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Bro, me, this country don't tire.
It doesn't make any sense to me. 1,000 naira man go tell us I'm not Jeshini. But give me. I just want my Nigerians. It is not good to our leaders. Make I just tell them now. It is not good. But if you feel that is the best thing to do, no problem. Your turn now.
So guys, living in Nigeria now is like living in hell. I must tell you, so many people are going through a lot, especially these young people. Some of them have gone to school, no job. You can imagine, no job. Companies are folding. Do you know how many multinational companies, that have left Nigeria since Tinubu took over? Many of them have left. Instead of them to just, go bankrupt, they will just gather the little that is left of them and leave Nigeria. They've all left because how do you survive in this kind of country? The policies are not steady. The business environment is not friendly. You remove subsidy, fuel is going up, everything, transportation is up. And then look at Naira began to dwindle and up, down, up, down. Now they said they've stabilized it to 1,005 or 1,006. How long? Some of these things are artificial. So, they just uphold it artificially, not because there's a very strong hand holding the Naira. Tomorrow now you hear again the thing can just go up and you begin to wonder. These are some of the things that are scaring investors. They say they want investors, but they are not making Nigeria to be attractive. Look at how our youths are just like going all over the places. Nobody can find a good job and nobody cares. The Senate don't care. None of them can even say, let's reduce our salaries. Let's reduce our allowances. Let's see how we can help Nigerian youths. There is no project now that the Tinubu government is having to train Nigerian youths, skill them, and help them to get jobs. Look at online space where people can make a living. But where is the light? How are you going to afford data to be doing your job? These are some of the challenges, but nobody cares. Honestly, it's really so sad that, we are where we are today after suffering under Buhari's
If we decide that we want to run a 30-day challenge where we're going to complain about the economy, we'll keep complaining about the economy. Do you guys not know that people will start looking into it like, oh, what's going on in Nigeria? Why are people complaining so much? And they will start making changes. Now, let me tell you guys something, Ba. You see, we as the Nigerian youth, we don't come close to our parents. This generation we are always blaming. It is because of this generation that we had a stable income. It is because of this generation that biscuit was 15 naira from my primary school until my university. It's because of this generation. They are the ones that fought for that stable government that we enjoyed. They were the youth in their time, and when they had bad government, they stood up to it and they fought for it. Now that it's our turn, people are commenting in the caption and saying, in the comments and saying, oh, they are going to pick you up. Oh, you think you're very dark man. I don't think I'm anyone. I just think I'm a Nigerian who is suffering and I'm tired of it. And I need someone to actually come out and say, okay, it's enough. Prices will stay one place. That's what I need. I'm sick and tired of this. Are you guys not tired? Number one, in case you guys don't know, go and take a look at Abacha. In case you guys don't know, Abacha was like a president at a particular time, right? And there was a time where our parents had to start using something called Abacha stove because they couldn't even get kerosene. What happened to Abacha? I don't need to be the one to tell you. Go and look up history and know what happened to them. What happened to him? Every single time our parents had the chance, they fought for a better government. And that is why they could use 100,000 naira to raise 4 children. Middle class children. Your parents is earning 100,000, you say you're middle class. It's because they fought for it. It reached our turn now. Every time they say, come out and talk about the government, someone will say, Abego, they will kill us, Abego, they will shoot us. We employ those people. It is because of us those people are in power. It's because of you. You voted for them to be in power. They are working for you. If you don't hold them accountable, who is going to hold them accountable? Who will hold them accountable? Because we are so used to adjusting to the system that they don't see that there's a problem. If you come out and you speak, there's a problem. They need to hear us and they need to make changes. Now, let me start first. Which state are you located in? You need to start calling out the governor of that state. It's not only the president we hold accountable. Hold governors accountable. Now, let me start with Governor Sanwo-Olu. What's up with you? What's up with you? Like, what's going on with Lagos? Because I live in Lagos State. The roads are terrible. Have you seen the potholes? You're the governor of Lagos State. Are you not on the road, yeah? Are you not driving on the road? Are you not seeing the potholes? There's no drainage system in Lagos. Lagos smells like shit, like I said yesterday. What are you doing about it, Governor Sanwo-Olu? What are you doing about it? Look at the way people are begging in Lagos. Are you not tired? What are you doing about it? What are you doing with the government allocated funds that they are sending to you? Can you come out and tell us, people living in Lagos, so I beg, this is what I've been doing so far. I've been building roads. I've been doing schools. What are you doing about it? What are you doing with the money that they are giving to you? You need to come out and start telling us what you're doing because we've been keeping quiet for way too long. And I'm urging all Nigerians to come out and speak to, like, is this not tiring? Why am I buying foodstuffs over 200k that is supposed to be worth 50k? Everything is 3 in price. 333. You wake up this morning, electricity is 2.5. Tomorrow is 3.5. Why are things always going up every single week? Why do we have no stable price list? every time restaurants are peeling paper to add new paper, they'll plaster new paper on top. Now it's our turn to actually fight for the government, and people are suggesting that we should jack back from the country. You guys, we are the biggest cowards ever. Because why are we running from country that our parents worked so hard with their bare hands to actually create a foundation for? Why is it our turn and we have to run away from the country? Why can't we stand up and ask these people? We need to hold these people accountable. They need to tell us what they have been doing with the government allocated funds, and they need to come out and start telling us. It's time for us to actually be angry. I'm not angry because I'm very angry. And Governor Sanwo-Olu, you need to come out and tell us what you're doing with government allocated funds for Lagos State. What are you doing? President Tinubu, what measures have you been putting in place that the government or the governors have been reporting to you to tell you what they are doing? Because you alone, you're not the only one, You're not the only one. So when we drive you by the collar, you drive the governors. What measures have you been putting in place to make sure that there's price regulation?
Anyway, President Bola Tinubu, here's my feedback to you. You're a failure. You're a terrible leader. You rode on tribalism. You rode on bigotry. You snatched the election. You stole it. And then you had power and you've not done anything with it. You failed Nigerians. People are hungry. You made people poorer. You only empowered yourself, your family, and your friends. You won't live forever anyway. You claim you fought for democracy, but you've done worse than people you fought against. You're worse than Babangida. You're worse than Abacha. You're worse than every other military head of state that came. You brought back Buhari. You're worse than Buhari. You made Nigerians to see pain and shege. You're a terrible leader. Take it. Take it.
Where you come out from bush, what's happen?
I just come out from bush. You know that animals in the bush eat better than us. One couple on our house. Actually, we are more than 7 eating 1 cup of rice. Bro, I prefer living like an animal right now, bro. You get the feeling?
And this is what you carry for hand. What you guys do?
Bro, I want to go chop am, bro. Hunger day now. Say animal they eat well now. Say we still they cleanse it with their advance, but still we not even eat past animal.
Nigeria don't cast. Tinubu, I know they beg you, but I tell you, say you be the worst president so far. Tinubu, you be bad person. See, take your time, like come out for road. You go see people now, you go see people go just come meet you where you they eat. They just tell me, say, brother, buy me food. People don't they beg for money again for Nigeria now. They don't they beg for money again. People they beg now for waiting they go fit eat. Now the level we don't reach now. Everything for the country don't scatter. I been a bread, I been a gari. A basin of gari now, a basin will not be that bag. Is 17,000 to 18,000 naira. From where I'm from. Bag of rice in call. Like, now you go to beat pikin, make pikin no cry. That's what Tinubu government today. Now evil government. Now evil government. They go to tell you, they go to beat you, they go to tell you, make you don't cry. When you cry, they go say, they bring me the key. Tinubu, na bad leader. Tinubu, na, like, 0/100. Nothing I score you. You be bad leader.
Yeah, I'm not here to say much because man of few words have always been. But I'm just here to just say to Tinubu that you're a fool. You're past 40, so a fool at 40, fool forever. That has been your life mantra for over 40 years now, because you're almost 90. I don't even know why you're not dead yet. You're useless. Your administration is the worst. We saw it coming. We warned Nigerians, but sadly, there are some old fools and young ones alike who just thought, this thing is a Champions League game. It's about, who wins and who doesn't win, not realizing that we're fighting for the governance of our country, which if it's good, everyone wins. Yeah, it's sad we have them, and most of them are from my place. They're Yoruba people. They sold their conscience, sold their souls, sold their intelligence, which that's if they even ever had it, Anyways, that aside, I made this video for Tinubu to clearly, unequivocally state that you're a failure. You've always been You've always been a failure. Even since I was a young kid, just reading about whatever you did in Lagos, I realized you did nothing. Lagos is nothing to write home about. It's only fools, young idiots, the bigots and tribalistic idiots who think that Lagos is something to write home about. There's nothing to write home about in Lagos. It's useless. Same thing like you're useless. Children are useless. Everyone that is around you, everyone connected to you is useless, totally useless. You're only useful for yourself, your pockets, and for your mundane non-entities. Anyways, this video was not supposed to be long because, the longer you get to talk, most times you just end up saying rubbish. And I'm not trying to say rubbish. I want to stay on topic. Tinubu, you're a failed president. You're a fool. You're an idiot. And whoever is supporting you is even worse. They're slaves. Bye.
Guys, I'm very tired and I am exhausted. I'm feeling so sad. I'm just coming back from the market to go. I went to get some ingredients for my Zobo drink. Getting to the market, I couldn't buy ginger. I couldn't buy ginger, guys. 1 derica of ginger is 8,000 naira. And at the end of the day, I don't get choice. I just have to get it like that. My pain is that it appears some people did not understand what we were actually facing. That things has gone so wrong. And if we manage to do Zobo, organic one, I don't, because I take from it and my family take from it. I don't want to be adding artificial things inside my Zobo. So I used to, prepare it organically. You will go to get pineapple. Pineapple is very expensive. You will go to get ginger. Ginger is nowhere to be found. You will go to get all those ingredients. You will get clove. You will get cinnamon stick. Name them, all of them. At the end of the day, you will not even gain anything, and people will still come back to ask you, madam, why don't you have Zobo for 100 naira? Nibo, how will I prepare Zobo for 100 naira, for crying out loud? Am I gaining anything? Una want send me go village? I don't understand where this man is taking Nigerians to, and everybody is just keeping quiet. Nobody's talking. Nobody's talking. Everything is just going up.
Okay, I swear. So normally I try not to come online and do some kind of video, but guy, they suffer. It is crazy. It's funny and it's not funny. See as I sweat. The heat is crazy. There's no light. I don't know if you can see this. This is inhaler, certide inhaler. When last this is selling 28,000 naira in the market now. 28,000 naira. How much am I in here? Bro, the government is crazy. We need to do something about it. Fashy jokes. We can't even.
The truth is, this country has done nothing for us, and it's high time we start speaking out, because things are not looking like they want to get better anytime soon. Like, there is no clear path, like this is where we are going to get. Like, we should know that, okay, this is where we are going to, this is where we are, and this is where we are going to. But so far so good. APC has been a mess.
A big mess.
We don't even know where we are going to. Like, this whole house is hot. I need a reason, like I need to think well. How can I work? In fact, there's no job. also don't try get jobs online, remotely. How do you even work? I hate this country. I am tired.
Okay, hi guys. Since it is a 30 days ranting challenge, let me just get right into it, because for the past 4 days I live at Shongote, the vintage estate, Christian Philip, around that area. We have about 3 vicinity that connects together. There's Balogun, there's one other place I don't know the name, then my own place. I noticed that Balogun has lights. Every other place has lights, but Christian Philip does not have lights. So I just stepped out. There's a lady that sells something around our area, and I asked her, Mommy Obina, why Ibise will no get lights? What's happened? She said she went to NEPA office to get to pay bills. Then she now complained that okay, we don't have light too. Do you know what they said? She said they told her that people around our area, we are too poor. That we don't deserve light. I don't want to laugh because this is a serious matter. That we are too poor. That we don't deserve light. I don't. They don't make me laugh. Have I heard that guy thing before for my life? Area too poor. Okay, their complaint was our turnover, their revenue turnover in our area is too small. Me, in my compound, we use prepaid lights. For the past 4 days, today they just brought lights. For the past 4 days, we have not been using lights. I don't know. Yesterday, I was sleeping. I came back from work. I was very tired, coupled with the heat and everything. I sat down about 1 to 2 o'clock. I sat down. I was thinking my life. I was like, why do we deserve to be treated like animals? Why? Why? What did we do? What did we do? Okay, even if they don't bring light, don't we deserve like a broadcast or something? Do you get? I don't get it. Oh, this country is deteriorating so bad. Like nobody cares. If you come out and talk, they want to silence you. It's just crazy. Kidnapping, stealing, insecurity, everything is just going on. Inflation. It's tiring. I will not lie to you. As a business owner, honestly, last year I could tell you how many times that I had projects because the economy was so bad, nobody wanted to patronize anybody. I almost fell into depression. Honestly, it's really crazy. We really need things to be fixed in this country. And I don't know why Nigerians are not saying anything. Oh, it no affects me, it no concern me. Even if you are, but isn't everybody that will jackpot? Isn't everybody that has the ability to jackpot? Even if you even jackpot, your family, some of your families are here. They will still disturb you that they are there. It's crazy. I'm just tired. This is my own rant to I beg. They should just fix up.
So guys, you can see it. If we were living in a country where people have, some value for their people, as in some level of respect for their citizen, you do know what? Tinubu and Sheyi wouldn't be campaigning by now. Tinubu is not even ashamed that he has not achieved anything for Nigerians. He has not done anything significant for Nigerians. Sheyi Tinubu is already campaigning for another 4 years. When this 4 years is a 4 years of colossal failure, colossal failure. They are already moving about. Last time he was in the north, the core north, the northwest, and this weekend he went to Plateau State. And the north is easily won over by these people because of the poverty in the north. Anything, we even saw Sheyi with sharing rice, because anything you give them is enough for them. They are ready to give you. So guys, you have seen it.
That is Tinubu 2027 campaign boss. You can see it yourself. They don't care. They don't send you now. They sit down there. They look like mumu. People are hungry. Everything don't go up. People cannot meet up in 2025. They don't care. They cannot find solution to it. But they are planning for 2027. Confuse people. They don't care. Now care. They don't care. If you not like me, I yeah. If you not like me, I know yeah. This administration now the most confused, empty, useless administration ever on the ever planet. Now only Nigeria, all this thing where they happen, all this thing where politicians they do. Now for only Nigeria they fit do. Now for only over 250 million mumu Nigerians, now they fit they do all this kind of thing for. Where they go do they look.
Yeah, so guys, you have seen the plight of Nigerians. You've seen what Nigerians have got to go through every day. Honestly, if you have people back home, if you are not living in Nigeria, you have people back home, you can now understand what people are going through. People are really suffering. These are people who live in the city, so you can imagine what those in the villages are going through. There are families that have up to 5, 6 children, and they both parents with the children are all in the village. What kind of businesses would they be doing to be able to meet up with school fees and feed their families and all that? And you've seen so many kind of criminality happening in Nigeria. People enter the market, they are stealing. Today I saw a woman and her daughter, grown-up daughter. They said they went to steal 150,000 naira from a POS center. You can imagine that, a whole lot of things. People are being pushed to the wall. When you come to the developed countries, if you give birth to a child, you'll be giving money. If you don't have job, the government will be paying you, even if you've not worked before, provided you have a residential permit. The government will be giving you something to sustain yourself, because they are not ready to be running after criminals, even though they have prisons, but they don't devote their time to start running after bad people. They make sure they put systems on ground so that if you know you don't have money, you can't take care of yourself, there is something for you. If you give birth to a new child, a new baby, you'll be giving thousands of euros in Europe, thousands of euros, not 5,000, not even 10, more than 10,000 euros will be given to you for each child. In 1 year, you can take that money, 1,000 for 12 months, or you can split it and say, okay, I want it 700. Then it's going to be more than 1 year. You just be collecting it monthly, so that you will not say you don't have Pampers, your baby's milk finished. That's why you went to the shop to pick up, to steal. You don't have any excuse for any crime, and that's why they don't play with crime. You commit it, you are entering the jail, because they've provided you everything. As that child is growing, the government every month will keep providing you something for that child, at least to support you. They don't leave people empty-handed. It's only in Nigeria, nobody cares. The senators are enjoying. You see, El-Rufai came out to say that some people bought ministerial position. Why are they buying it? Everything has been monetized because they know it is easy ways to siphon. Wike came out to say he used 39 billion to renovate a center, maybe where they go to do things or that. Somebody was asking, if you use 39 billion for renovation, how much will it cost you to build a new one? These people, they don't care. Nigerians are the ones suffering, ordinary Nigerians. Their children are all abroad. Did you see Wike with his children? They entered private jet and headed for Italy. You don't have that privilege. So Nigerian money is just for these politicians. Anyway, guys, let's end it at this point. Thank you very much for joining me. Let's meet again tomorrow. Please, if you've not liked this video, why not give it a like? Subscribe to the channel for more updates, and let's meet again some other time. Let me also know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for joining me today. Let's meet again some other time. God bless you, and bye.